This week's topic comes from Nate, who wanted to know how to shift from feeling like he was only existing to feeling like he was really living. In this video, I'm going to focus on a time when I felt like I was only existing. In the next video, I'll focus on a time where I felt like I was only existing and I found a way to shift into really living. Then I'm going to talk about a time when I just knew I was really living. In the next video, we're going to meditate, and then you'll get the Fridity or the Friday Ditty, where I wrap it all up. I get a little poetic and a little bit nerdy. All the videos will appear in the playlist from Only Existing to Really Living. If you have a question like Nate did, comment below or DM me on Instagram. I'm Angela, and this is me making sense of myself. The question I'm starting with today is, how did you make it when you felt like you were only existing? I have no idea. Let's see. I think it was, when I think of only existing, I think of like mindlessly going through life and not having excitement or challenges, right? So I think that only existing would be just mundane, the mundane things. I get up, I go to work, I go do this, I do that, and I'm doing the same thing day after day after day, maybe watching TV. So I think, I don't know that I thought there was anything wrong with it at the time. I know that when I'm feeling like I'm only existing, that there are periods of time where I'm like, ooh, I'm only existing. I want more. There's something more to life, isn't there? And that's for me where that only existing feeling is like, there's like this agitation and a lot going on. Like, a sense of I should be doing more than I am doing. And the next question is, how did you endure feeling like you were only existing? I think I wondered about it. What more could I be doing? And I think sometimes too, I would get into like a little pit of despair, if you will, thinking, I'm only existing. This is all I could ever do. Nothing will get better. And I had to get through that. And I think that was probably the hardest part. The next question is, what is it like, or what was it like to get through that? It was frustrating to get through that. I remember a sense of frustration because it's that need to do more and to feel like I had value and like I was making a difference in the world. But also, there was also this sense of not yet, or it's not time. And I think that's the hardest part, when trying to figure out what is the next step, what is it that I'm being called to do next, and how do I get there? I don't think that we always have those answers. And the next question is, how did you know you were getting through only existing? I think it was, that only existing is like that daily living. And I don't know that there was a conscious awareness of getting through until after I was through it. I think that it was more this sense of, oh, I need to just keep doing these things. Life is happening. It might be boring right now, and good things are going to come. So I think that sometimes there's not that knowing in the moment that I'm getting through something. I only know when I go back and look. And so I think that's what happens with only existing. Like, it's like at that point where I think I need to do more, that I recognize that maybe I was just doing the mundane things, only existing. And that's where that shift starts to happen. What did you do that helped you get through the sense of only existing? I think I actually enjoyed it. I think there are times in life where only existing is really important. And I think there are other times in life where really living is important. And I don't think that they exist on their own. I think that they're on a spectrum. Sometimes I need to be way over here at the far end of only existing, and other times I need to be way over here, and a lot of the other times it's somewhere in the middle. And that spectrum of living is, I think, having that knowledge that this too shall pass is really important to know and be aware of. So what did you do to feel like you were doing a bit more than just existing? Well, when I got to that point, so maybe the sensation or the feeling of only existing came up first. And when I got to that point, I think some of the things I would do is brush my teeth differently, right? There were some things I could do that told me that I was doing more than just existing. And I think part of that had to do with having that free choice or that free will to do something different. I had to consciously choose it, though. I remember one time my friend Fred, Dr. Fred Blum, love him, he's a character, he said, what if today you just walk around like everything's a surprise? And, that like it didn't exist until you saw it. And it's like, oh, it's right there. And I think that helped me feel like I was doing a little bit more than just existing. How much effort did it take to shift? I think it took not a tremendous amount of effort, but a willingness to step into trying something new and being open to the surprises I might find. Because I think that the living happens in those moments. What inspired me to keep working at it? Well, I think really it's because I had friends that said that it was possible to do more than simply exist, that I could really live. And I think too, at some point, I was afraid of really living. Having a chronic pain disorder is scary and unpredictable. And I hadn't realized at this point in time that was giving me some great lessons about what reality is like. And I think it's really important to recognize that only existing is important, and really living is important. And recognizing that, like with chronic pain, it has it's a lot of times like hills. It never goes down to zero. Like I never get to the valley, but I've got hills. And that's like life. But with life, sometimes like that only existing, it's like I'm in the valley and there's nothing to do. And knowing that was possible was really important. So how does getting through that sense of only existing impact those around you? Well, I think that I'm going to think of my kids right now, and I think that it helps them know that sometimes life is going to be boring, and that's okay. And when it gets to that point where it feels like something else needs to happen, then we need to shift and do that. And embrace that only existing sometimes is really important, and also embrace that doing more than only existing is also important. It's a big spectrum. But how did I know that they were better because of it? I think because they saw me relax and they saw me be able to take care of myself in those moments of only existing, even in those frustrating moments I was talking about earlier, where it's like, oh, I need to be doing something more, but I don't know what that is yet. They were just there for that experience. And me being vocal about it, I think helped them know that it's okay for that to happen inside of them too. So what did I see in them to know that me existing a little more made their day better? I think it like they're I think maybe it made their life better, because not just in those days, but because now when I see them as adults doing things that matter to them, that when there's too much, they can back off and exist for a little bit and know that it's okay, that life is not gonna take off without them. And I think that's really, really important. What do you think is the best tool or skill you gained from getting through that feeling of only existing? I think embracing the moment for what it is and trusting that it's the right moment, that is what is supposed to be happening right now, and appreciating it, being grateful for those downtimes. How does feeling like you were existing a little bit more build hope? Well, when I was able to shift into that existing a little bit more, walking around, how will I be surprised in that moment, pretending every little thing I saw, oh my gosh, that's a bed. Whoa, wow, that's a surprise. What is that? Imagining that it's the first time I saw it, it built hope that there were also other things that I was going to get to experience that I had not seen yet and had not experienced yet. And that hope was so important to me because it gave possibility to the future. And I think that's really important. What skills will I use when I notice I'm starting to feel like I'm only existing? I think definitely, the brushing my teeth different ways and the walking around imagining that I'm surprised, like this microphone exists. Wow, isn't that fantastic? I have no idea what it looks like on the inside. And isn't that surprising that in this world we have these things that were created? And isn't that beautiful? And what else could possibly happen? I mean, there's probably so many more things. So, yeah, that's what I would say about learning to exist a little bit more than just only existing. And at the same time, I just want to point out that sometimes only existing is all that needs to happen in this moment. I would love to hear from you. When have you found a way to really live? And how did you do that? These videos are going to be located in the playlist From Only Existing to Really Living. I'm Angela, and this is me making sense of myself.